Hello everyone, welcome to today's World News Update. In a historic election, the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, or BNP, has won a landslide victory in Bangladesh's first general election since the 2024 Gen Z uprising that removed former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina from power. The center-right BNP secured more than two-thirds of the seats in parliament. The country's main Islamist party, Jamaat-e-Islami, came second. Sheikh Hasina's Awami League was banned from participating in this election. BNP leader Tarique Rahman is now set to become the next Prime Minister of Bangladesh. This election marks a major turning point for the country. It is the first time in decades that neither Sheikh Hasina nor Khalida Zia, the two dominant political leaders who alternated in power for over 40 years, were part of the election. Tarique Rahman returned to Bangladesh after spending 17 years in self-imposed exile in London. He came back just days before the death of his mother, former Prime Minister Khalida Zia, in December. Now he faces enormous challenges. During his campaign, Rahman promised to restore democracy after 15 years of what critics described as authoritarian rule under Sheikh Hasina. Alongside the election, voters also supported major constitutional reforms in a national referendum. Proposed changes include term limits for the Prime Minister, a directly elected upper house of parliament, stronger presidential powers, and greater judicial independence. However, rebuilding democracy will not be easy. Bangladesh's economy is under pressure. Rising food prices, unemployment, and the need to create jobs for millions of young people are urgent concerns. Voter turnout was nearly 60%, according to the Election Commission. Many young voters played a key role in this election. The 2024 student-led protests were largely driven by Gen Z activists demanding political reform and accountability. Some of these activists formed the National Citizen Party, which won several seats in parliament. Tarique Rahman has also pledged to improve relations with neighboring India, which became strained in recent years. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated Rahman on his victory and reaffirmed India's commitment to strong bilateral ties. Despite the optimism, there are concerns. The BNP faced allegations of corruption and human rights violations when it was last in power in the early 2000s. Critics say Rahman will now be closely watched to ensure that real democratic reforms are implemented. Another issue is women's representation in parliament. Although reforms promise greater inclusion, only a small number of women won seats in this election, showing that progress may take time. This election represents both opportunity and risk for Bangladesh. With such a large parliamentary majority, the BNP has strong power to introduce reforms, but also carries great responsibility. The country now looks ahead to see whether Tarique Rahman can deliver economic stability, democratic reform, and political unity to a nation eager for change. We will continue to follow developments in Bangladesh as the new government takes office. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more world news updates.